All right, everyone. So today I'm going to teach you how to tie a necktie. And this is a very important skill to learn for men and women because obviously men will need to wear them a lot in their lives, as women may need to from time to time. And I've met a lot of people who don't know how, so you can either show them how to do it or do it for them, which I've had to do before as well. So the first thing we're going to do, let's all unravel our ties. Good. Now we're going to take the thick end of the tie in our right hand and the thin end of the tie in our left hand. All right, good. Now we also want to make sure that the bottom of the tie, where this seam is and this little loop, is facing the ground. All right. Good. So now we're going to put the tie around. I'm going to open this thing up. We're going to put the tie around our neck, and we're going to make sure that that seam, the underside of the tie, is touching our neck, and then it also goes flat on our chest. We don't want to see that at all. Okay. So now in your right hand, with the thick end of the tie, we're going to pull it down until the left end of the tie is a little less than halfway down the length of the right side. And depending on your height and your torso length and the length of the tie, it might be a little bit different for some people. Like Jack, it might be a little bit different. This is just for all intents and purposes today. All right, so the next step we're going to do, in our left hand, we have the thin end of the tie. Good. We're going to cross that diagonally over our chest and hold it there. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing with the other end so that we make an X. All right. So this point right here where the two ends connect, I'm going to call that the point. Okay, so take in your right hand, take your thumb and your pointer fingers, and we're going to pinch this point right here. Okay, good. Now we have the thick end in our left hand. Everyone show me. Oh. Good. Now we're going to loop that right underneath this point, but while we do so, we kind of have to switch hands because we're crossing over our body, the sides of our bodies. Right. Or no, we're going to go right over this point, kind of. So we're back to the X here, and we've got the point pinched in my right hand, and I'm just like pulling this kind of over and then under, yeah.
No.
Like this.
Yeah. Through the loop.
Oh, well, I did it a little bit differently. Yeah. That's okay.
Don't jump the gun.
So now we've got the thick end of our tie out to the right here. We're still holding this point. Now we're going to take it over one last time. Good. And now we should have the point pinched in our right hand and the thick end of the tie off to our left. Good. Oh, go ahead there. That's a good job. Okay, so now you see how we have this little opening right here in front of our neck that's kind of shaped like a V? Okay, so we've got the thick end of the tie in our left hand. We're going to bring that underneath and pull it up towards our chins. But make sure we're still pinching this point here so that it doesn't unravel. Good. And then it should look something like this. Okay? Now, if you lift up the thick end of the tie, you'll see that we made like a little knot here. Does everyone see that? Okay. So, with our left hand in the tie, and you kind of have to use your right hand a little bit to open up the hole, we're going to push the tie down through this hole that we made, and then pull it out like this, so that we can see a knot.
I didn't do it right.
Oh, okay.
I need to start over.
Okay. And so, everyone, let me see everyone's knots. Awesome. Okay. Anyone have any questions? What's up?
I mean, I don't want to like pause you. You can keep talking.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Feel free to ask your neighbors too.
Okay. Hey, neighbor.
Okay. All right. So now the last thing we're going to do is adjust the tie, and you do that by, if you pick up the thick end, you'll see the little thin end down here. If you pull that downward while pushing up on the knot, it adjusts the length of the tie. It's like a slip knot or something. Yeah. Okay. Let me see, everyone. Everyone got it adjusted nice? Yeah, that's because the length of the tie is a little bit different. That's okay. You still did it right.
Paige and Courtney are.
Okay, so now the final thing to do, we're not quite done yet, is if we lift up the thick end of the tie again, you see the thin end, and now we're just going to push that through this sewn-in loop on the thick end so that it holds it nice and tight like that. You see how I did that? And that is how to tie a tie. Yay!
That's awesome.
Nice.